President Biden makes his first national address. Stimulus checks start posting to people's accounts as part of the American Rescue Plan. Democrats lose their minds because the country is starting to reopen. And reported Asian hate crime is on the rise in major cities. All that and more tonight on Embers of Liberty.
Welcome to Embers of Liberty, the podcast where we strive to rekindle the passion for your freedoms. Here are your hosts, Justin and Joe.
Welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where I did not touch that woman's face.
Disgraceful.
Oh my God. Andrew Cuomo is in so much crap right now.
I think we've heard, something similar to that before.
Yeah, I think so too.
Something about, I did not have sexual relations
I
with
did
that
not
woman.
have sexual relations with that woman. Oh man, the old Bill Clinton story. I guess he's just not useful anymore, since the numbers are actually coming out about how many people actually died in nursing homes. They need a distraction. So it's just one of those things.
Cuomo's the new Clinton.
Yep. I mean, it's what you get. But, this is America. Sorry, guys. We got a new toy to kind of improve our production quality and give you guys some sound bites every once in a while. So we'll be messing with that a little bit more.
Yeah, well, they may sound a little off right now, but we pretty much did it all in this evening. So
But we're basically
Real man of genius.
I love this thing, man.
I told you we're gonna turn into that episode of Family Guy where Brian and Stewie make a radio show, and it's just like sound clip after sound clip for like 30 minutes.
I really hope not. I really hope not. But we're gonna use it to our advantage for now. So how was the week, Joe?
It was good. It was good until about the tail end of the week, and now, as you might be able to hear, I'm over here sniffling and snuffling. So if you hear body, sounds coming from my direction, that's because I'm dealing, I guess, with a sinus infection. I can still smell and taste and all that good stuff, but
He doesn't have the Rona.
I don't think I have the Rona. I am sipping on some nice hot beverage here, trying to keep myself clear and good to go.
It's pretty good. We played some disc golf today.
Oh yeah,
Had a good time.
And I was nice and clear while we were out there.
Yeah.
And then I got back, and it was just like, nope.
To be fair, we're in the middle of the pollinating in Alabama.
Bradford pears are all blooming now.
Yep.
So it's destroying everybody.
It is. It's pretty bad. All right. So what do we got today, Joe?
All right. First thing we're going to talk about, I guess, is probably Biden's speech this week. His first national address, I guess.
Yeah. It was a speech. That's for sure. I don't know how truthful most of it was. We do have some clips of it for you guys to kind of express our disdain for the lies that he generally feeds the American public.
So basically, from what I heard, from what I took from it, is basically we're not in much a different boat than what we were this time last year. We really are in reality, but the government is still trying to make it out to be like, no, it's still bad. Things still suck.
It's an exercise in how much they can control the American population.
Right.
But, so I think the first clip kind of explains a lot of my really disdain for what he has to say, and it's about being earlier than expected, and this is what he had to say.
When I came into office, you may recall, I set a goal that many of you said was that kind of way over the top. I said I intended to get 100 million shots in people's arms in my first 100 days in office. Tonight, I can say we're not only going to meet that goal, we're going to beat that goal. Because we're actually on track to reach this goal of 100 million shots in arms on my 60th day in office. No other country in the world has done this. None. Now, I want to talk about the next steps we're thinking about. First, tonight, I'm announcing that I will direct all states, tribes, and territories to make all adults, people 18 and over, eligible to be vaccinated no later than May 1. Let me say that again. All adult Americans will be eligible to get a vaccine no later than May 1.
So
That's much earlier than expected.
So apparently that's much earlier than expected. But the reality is that this has been the track we've been on since, I don't know, probably December.
I mean, are we surprised though? I mean, we knew that, okay, Trump was going to do what he was going to do. He was going to get the vaccine rolling out, and then Biden's going to come in. You know, once Biden got elected, or after Biden got elected, we knew that we knew his administration was going to sweep in and pretty much be like, yes, we did it all.
Yeah, but the reality is that most American adults would have had access to the vaccine by May 1st, regardless of who was president.
Yeah. There's grown adults already getting the vaccine, depending on what their profession is. So.
Yeah, I mean, but that's never what it should have been. It should have been based on risk. He goes into more about how they're months ahead of schedule, and here's what he had to say about that.
Now, because all the work we've done, we'll have enough vaccine supply for all adults in America by the end of May. That's months ahead of schedule.
Months ahead of schedule, right? Wrong.
Months.
So, with the Operation Warp Speed and the way that the vaccines have been proven effective, we were always tracking to be back to normal kind of by June.
Yeah, but no, man, Biden did it.
But
Biden did it all.
Can we get back to normal? Because he also had this to add.
In the coming weeks, we will issue further guidance on what you can and cannot do once fully vaccinated to lessen the confusion, to keep people safe, and encourage more people to get vaccinated.
What? What I can and can't do after I've been vaccinated?
I'm going to tell you something.
How about this? If I've been vaccinated, you can take your rules and shove them straight up your ass. Because I do not care what you have to say.
I mean, I kind of had that mentality already. My life has almost not changed hardly at all. I mean, I wear my face cover. Notice I don't say mask because it's not a mask; it's a face cover.
Yeah, which the science is still out on whether or not they're actually effective or not. And the thing is like for them to actually work, because facts matter. You have to have a clean mask. You have to have training on how to properly apply your PPE. You have to not touch your mask. So like this thing that I've got around my neck that I just wear to appease the general public doesn't really do anything to protect me. It may protect me from coughing on somebody else, but it's not going to actually keep me from getting sick. Because it's not going to stop the virus if I've touched something that's got the virus on it and then touch my mask. Because the second I put the mask back onto my face, guess what? Right there it is.
Yep.
But
and that's kind of what reason I wear mine, is just to kind of appease the public. And yeah, it's going to catch like sneeze droplets and all that stuff too. But
yeah, but the thing is like the point of a vaccine is to get you back to normal life. Right. After I've been vaccinated, you're not going to tell me I can't go do X or Y. I'm going to do what I want to do.
I mean, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. But
that's true. But, like the amount of stuff that we're able to do is limited at the moment. And it's a real problem. But anyway, so he kind of closed out trying to
bring it all about unity. Even though back in the day, okay, like Fauci started out saying like, oh, well, at least a bandana would work, right?
Yeah.
And then now we've got this stuff going on where people are like, no, you need a certain... We got the anti-maskers versus the pro-maskers, and then within the pro-maskers, you have the you better wear this type of mask or this how many masks versus, this mask and that mask. So, it's so much unity going on.
Double masking, or as I think Dan Bongino calls it, the deuce, which is hilarious to me.
Ridiculous.
But anyway, so this is how he kind of closed it all out and brought it together.
This is the United States of America. And there's nothing, from the bottom of my heart, I believe this, there's nothing we can't do when we do it together.
So much unity.
So much unity.
So much unity.
So much unity. Except for he wants to silence anyone who doesn't agree with him.
Pretty much.
I mean, the man's a corpse,
You know,
so it doesn't really
it's
matter.
funny because, like, yeah, they're like, oh, they don't like people questioning the science. But literally earlier, I just saw a picture where it said, do you know why they don't spray, what was it, some sort of chemical on kids anymore? Because somebody at some point questioned the science.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw where you posted that. Yeah, I mean, it's true. You know, there's.
I mean, I'm not pulling that from any kind of scientific journal or anything, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
that's
you know, that's the same reason they don't use asbestos anymore.
yeah. I mean,
Because it causes cancer.
yeah, there you go. Asbestos is an excellent point. Like, oh, like back in the day, if you would have questioned asbestos, they probably would have been like, oh, you don't hate saving money, or you hate saving money.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I just, you know, as far as Biden making a national address, it was filled with, you know, false narratives and, you know, credit taking.
It's filled with Bidenness.
Yeah, I mean, it was filled with, you know, Democrat puppet is what it was. So, other than that, you know, I just think that Biden isn't in charge.
Nope.
He's not in charge of his own administration. We all know that.
Yep.
There's no way. He's not there. It's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Dude can't
in the
even
White
he
House.
can't even read a teleprompter effectively.
No, I mean, he stutters and stumbles. I
Which,
mean,
I mean-
I know we do, but
Yeah.
we're podcasting. We're not the president of the United States. We're just
You know, and
here to
well, I
state
can
our
respect
opinions.
his. You know, if it is a disability he has, I respect it. I mean, it's not that we're saying, oh, he's stupid for having a stutter or whatever he's got.
He doesn't have a stutter, though.
I don't think
he
so
has
either.
dementia.
I believe so too. But what I'm saying is like, you don't put people as the president of the United States in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly just, it's a sham, you know. And
I think so.
Really, it's not President Biden, it's President Harris. She's in charge of this whole show. We all know she is.
I definitely don't think Biden's in charge, or
No.
even Nancy Pelosi. I
Well,
think
I
could
mean,
possibly be
this
in
kind
charge.
of explains it.
Whatever you want me to do.
Whatever you want me to do. That's
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
that should be
like,
the,
come on, man,
the slogan.
reach down deep in your
Reach
pants.
down deep, man.
Reach down deep in your pants and pull it up, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I just, it drives me insane. So,
Which comes to this our next point. I
his
guess.
American Rescue Plan,
Yep.
which really was not the American Rescue Plan. It was the spend a bunch of money where we don't need to spend it and screw the American people plan.
Yeah, because I think I saw something about where like each American, if they would have actually given us the full amount of that the bill had in it, like each American would have gotten like $60,000 or something like that.
I don't think it was quite that much. I think it was like $6,000.
I don't know, but it was a lot. Like,
Regardless,
it was a
I
lot
saw
more.
that too, but the math's off on it if you base it on the requirements that the American Rescue Plan set in place, you know, the wage requirements.
Either way, the point is that there's a lot of
Honestly,
money
that-
going to places other than us.
The average American would have gotten far more than $6,000 because of the wage cutoffs.
Right.
So, I know that your stimulus check is pending. I'll get one in the
Yep.
mail
Yep, mine's
because
pending so
I
far.
owed taxes last year. So, I will.
I saw a bunch of
I'll be
people.
getting it in the
Well,
mail.
not a bunch of people, but I saw this one girl on TikTok talking about how she's planning a trip now. That is not what your stimulus check is supposed to be for.
The thing is, the stimulus checks have basically been used for not what they were intended for to begin with.
Oh yeah,
Because guess what? The majority of the people that are getting them don't need them.
oh yeah. I mean, people that make what was the cutoff for couples? Like $150,000 a year.
I think it was 160 this
I
time.
mean, that's
around.
just crazy, man. If I made $160,000 a year, like man,
I mean, when
I don't
you
even make
when
close
you
to that.
account for cost of living in some places, yeah, I can kind of see why it might
maybe.
be.
But like, what's
But-
$1,400 going to do for somebody that makes that much money a year?
It's not even going to pay a month's mortgage payment, probably. I don't know. It's not going to do anything.
I mean, I know some people who have a mortgage that's like $1,200 a month.
Yeah, and there's more stuff packed into that plan that really is, you know, it's a trial run. for permanent programs.
That's what I have a feeling in the long run. This is not conspiracy talk. This is just us just shooting bull out there. But I have a feeling like in the long run, this could probably be like a dry run for them trying to say, hey, you know, like, let's just give Americans kind of like, what's his name?
Andrew
like,
Yang.
Yeah, like $1,000 a month.
Yeah. I mean, so the data backs Andrew Yang up that an extra $1,000 a month makes a huge difference.
Oh, of course it would.
The problem is that once, I don't know, people's landlords and utility companies and all of these other places that are capitalists that want to make more money, when they find out about it,
Your rent's going up to
guess
$1,000.
your rent just went up $400.
Yep.
Your gas just went up another $400. Your electricity just went up. It's $400 is an exaggeration, but the price of everything will
Yeah.
increase.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if it don't cost more to make things, like, no matter what, people will want more money. And that's what people don't understand. Is like, we're fighting greed in this country. We're not fighting this whatever rich versus poor kind of thing. We're fighting greed.
Yeah, and the thing is like, if you're concerned with how much money somebody else makes, your priorities are way out of line.
Yeah.
You need to worry about how much your senators and your representatives make. You need to worry about the fact that they get a lifetime salary for serving just one term. You know, these people should not be getting paid anything higher than the average American makes.
And it's funny.
So like $50,000 a year at most. Not only that, but then each member of Congress gets something like a $900,000 budget to pay their staffers and all of that stuff, which, I mean, those other people deserve to be paid too. Yes, I get that. But
$900,000?
Also, that's a little extreme. I don't know that it's actually $900,000, but I know it's a huge amount of money.
Which also, I'd like to add the fact, like, you know, they talk about, or one thing they mentioned with this rescue plan is they're saying, oh, it's going to cut poverty, you know, blah, blah. There's nothing you can do to cut poverty until you change people's mindsets.
Yep, that's true.
Because
the other thing that it's going to do is it's going to inflate the value of the dollar.
Yeah, but you know what these people...
Well, not inflate the value of the dollar. It's going to devalue the American dollar, because the more money that you have in circulation, the less valuable it is. The same thing with Dogecoin. Like Dogecoin, the reason that it's only 5 cents a coin right now is because there's way more out there, and they can make more too. For it, you know, it's not going to hold its value. It's like Bitcoin. There's a finite amount of Bitcoin. There will never be any more Bitcoin created. That's why it's $57,000 a coin right now.
So you can't mine Bitcoin anymore?
You can mine Bitcoin. So mining Bitcoin is not creating Bitcoins.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with Ethereum. So Ethereum, what you get from mining is the fee that a transaction has attached to it.
Okay.
I know this because I mine Ethereum.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I mean,
I'm not a big cryptocurrency kind of guy.
I made like $200 just mining cryptocurrency.
Wow.
In just over a month and a half.
And all it is an app you can download on your phone, right?
No. You've got to have a computer that has a GPU in it.
Oh, okay.
And some software. But I mean, it's super easy to set up, and you know, it's passive income. You know.
Right.
Why not?
You made that much in how long?
Just about 6 weeks.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's some good side money there.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough to buy ammo. I mean,
nope, we can't buy
crayons.
Ammo. We can't buy ammo.
No. Sorry.
They done learned you about you.
Yep. Dang it. I mean, it's like I said last week. I don't need the stimulus, so
it helps.
I owe my dad like $350. So guess what? Pay my dad $350 back, and then I'm gonna buy a lower for my AR.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pay a
which
lot
I will
of bills.
promptly lose in a boating accident. Okay, so we've covered the speech and the stimulus checks. I do want to bring this up. Russia has claimed that a fire at a data center in France caused its citizens to lose access to Google and some other stuff.
Yeah, you'll have to give us the rundown on that, because I have not heard anything about that.
So I sent you a link to it earlier, but so basically Russia is trying to censor Google in Russia The same way that they tried to censor Twitter recently, and then they're trying to blame it on fires at data centers. And Google came out and said that's absolutely not true. So, Russia's doing what Russia typically does and trying to censor its citizens and keep them from getting information from the outside world. Typical communist things.
Making commies.
I just thought it was funny. It's something that I wanted to bring up because, apparently, Trump was a Russian puppet.
And
You are fake news.
But he obviously was not. And I just thought it was hilarious.
and talk about breaking people down, or well, not breaking people down, but like censoring people and cutting people off. America is going the opposite direction. It seems like we are finally opening up our economy.
Yeah, I don't think opening up the economy, necessarily equates to stopping censorship of people, because that's
Well,
actively happening.
what I'm saying is they're shutting things down in a sense.
Yeah, so they shut us down for like a year, right? And now we're finally starting to open back up. Texas and Mississippi were the ones leading the charge on ending their mask mandates.
And a bunch of, or not, I wouldn't say a bunch, but some states followed.
Yeah, and then you had the news from Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, about the fact that they were releasing undocumented illegal aliens into the interior who tested positive for COVID. And so they actually had 106 people, and that number's been bumped up to 204, I do believe I saw, where the asylum seekers had tested positive for COVID, and Border Patrol just let them loose. Catch and release is what it's called.
Yeah, catch and release.
And, as a libertarian, I believe that if you want to come to America, you should be able to come to America. Open borders to me, though, doesn't mean you just waltz right in. Open borders to me means your path to getting into the country is easier.
Right.
I feel like if you're here and you can be of value, obviously you should be able to come to this country. I don't think a lottery is the right way to do it. And the libertarian platform we believe in open borders to an extent.
Yeah, I think there's some libertarians that believe in just having them wide open.
Yeah, there are some, but I don't think that that's the overall
I think
viewpoint. I think that the majority of us just want people who want to be here
like it should not cost. Okay, so
to be better.
Story time. I worked with a guy. He was a Mexican guy. Awesome dude. I freaking loved working with him. He was a cool guy. And he was older, but he came here legally, and he had started working on getting his wife here, right? Okay, well, I guess with all the traveling back and forth and all the paperwork, whatever, he told me that it came out to be like something like $30,000 for his wife to become a citizen after everything, which is ridiculous.
That is kind of ridiculous.
And then, no joke, this dude, after he finally gets his wife here and in the country, dude has a stroke and can't work anymore.
Oh man, that's painful. I hate that for that guy.
Like, I am all for working for what you want, but this dude, he took every minute of overtime they would give him, which probably contributed to his stroke.
It probably did. Yeah, the amount of stress that he was under was probably a big contributing factor.
Like, I'm not going to pull no liberal stuff and say that, you shouldn't have to work, blah, blah. No, you should have to work. But, man, come on. I
think that government programs to help the ones that are disabled absolutely have a place. But I think in order to get those, you should actually be disabled.
Right.
Like, not just, I'm depressed. Okay?
Yeah.
But you're at the club every Friday night.
Like, you're doing everything else. Like, you're showing yourself physically capable of working.
You're doing everything but working.
Right.
You don't get any money for being lazy.
Right.
If you want money, you earn money.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of the government entitlement programs don't really...
They don't really honor the people that are actually out here working.
No, they don't. And granted, our tax dollars don't really foot that bill. It's something like
Oh, I'm gonna take
10
that back a little
cents.
bit. Okay, so I got a message in the mail from the government, I guess you'd say, and they, I recently started my own business, and they said that if I had started my business in 2009, that I was eligible for $100 a week from unemployment. Yeah,
Why you're working?
I don't know. I guess because of the COVID impact from COVID, I guess possibly.
It's ridiculous.
Unfortunately, I did not. Well, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't start my business officially until this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was, government involvement's never the answer, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
They're here for defense and services, and that's
Yep.
it. And honestly, entitlement is not a service. It's, it's a waste of taxpayer money, is what it is. And honestly, the fact that Democrats believe that they can bribe the American people with their own money
Yeah.
is ridiculous. It's disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
Completely disgraceful. But, that's just my take on it.
Speaking of the American people's money, man, I mean, not to put my finances out there, but one year, man, I made pretty good money. I worked a lot of overtime for that money, but it wasn't even near. Well, it was no, it wasn't. Wouldn't even say it's near $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Now with me and Beth together, we both got closer to $100,000 a year. But dude, that was a really good year. We had a lot of money, and we could do whatever we wanted. It was an awesome year.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
me and my ex came close to 100K one year, but that was literally one time.
But then you have like Meghan Markle or Meghan Stupid, whatever she is,
Yeah.
and Prince Harry. They come in and they're like complaining about how they have to live off of whatever his
Princess Diana's $9 million
oh no,
endowment.
I thought it was $25 million.
Whatever it was some insane, absurd
Like,
number.
if you gave me $1 million, I probably could live off of that the rest of my life.
It'd take a little bit more than $1 million probably, but I mean, so my thought is that if I had $2 million, I would just quit my job and draw interest on 1 million of it,
Like,
and
dude,
live
by the
out
time
of the
you
other million.
by the time you invest that in the stock market, you could probably draw back enough to not have to work again.
Yeah, get some GameStop tendies, bro. That's a crazy ride right now.
How's
I
that
think it's
going lately?
hilarious. I think it was 267 at market close on Friday.
What did it start out in the beginning?
In the beginning,
Yeah,
$14,
and it's at what now?
267.
Wow.
It got all the way up to 483.
Talk about some market pumping right
And
there.
guess
man.
what? It ain't over.
Oh,
It's still going. I've got friends that are involved in it. I'm involved in it. I've got like a share and a half.
how much is a share?
267.
Oh, yep. Duh.
Yeah. So I mean,
What price did you buy it at?
150.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can come in the game late.
Yeah, I did definitely. And I'm not trying to get rich off of it. I just think it's hilarious, and I wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
So,
You just want to contribute to the
yeah.
fall of society.
not the fall of society, the fall of Citadel. Those hedge fund guys, man. The thing is like it got all the way up to $340. Like I was watching it. It got all the way up to $340, and then in a matter of seconds, it was down to $204, and then it dropped to $187,
Yeah, you got to be careful.
and then it rallied back to $267 in 2 days.
Just think about all the guys that bought in like right at the beginning, and they bought like a ton of stock.
Bro, those guys are rich right now.
Yeah.
DFV on Reddit is rolling in money. He's
Like-
made like $40 million.
Okay,
right now.
so what'd you say it started out as?
like $12.
$12. Okay.
Yeah.
So hold on, I'm gonna pull up.
Let's not math right now.
Hold on. Okay, so $12, and
If you bought 100 shares at $12 a piece,
okay, so 100 shares. We're talking, $1,200.
yeah, $1,200 investment.
$1,200.
If you bought those shares at $1,200,
Right.
and look at the price of it now. So you've got 100 shares, right? That's what I said.
Yeah.
100 shares at $1,200 at
Right.
$12 a piece. If those shares currently are $267 a piece, 260 times 100 is what?
Let's see.
$26,000, something like that.
Let's see. 260 times
100.
100. $26,000.
Yeah. So $26,000 minus your initial $1,200 investment. That's how much profit you made.
That is insane.
It's awesome. I love it.
That is insane. And no joke, like people could have done that off of their like that. Not the last stimulus check, but the one before that. If they still had any of that, they could just threw that all on AMC and stuff, and they would have
AMC, not so much.
Not
but
AMC. The Doga was it Dogecoin? You said
Dogecoin. If you had invested,
Which one are we talking about right now?
we're talking about GME,
Jimmy. Okay.
GameStop.
Yeah. So if you threw all that down on GME, man, like your stimulus check went from $1,200 to $26,000.
Tanking hedge funds, man. It's fun. It's fun stuff. So I don't know, but anyway, so we got off on a
insane.
tangent after we started talking about
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that we're opening back up. And I think it's good. I think it's great that we're opening back up. We should have been open forever ago.
The liberals are hating it.
Yeah, they're hating it because you're killing grandma, okay?
I never stopped seeing my grandma from the beginning, man.
Me either. I mean, I maybe spent like a month where I didn't see her, but honestly, I was in New Hampshire for part of it, and I got busy with work.
Yeah, I didn't stop. Like, and my grandma wasn't going to have it either. Like, she did not. Like I was like, well, Grandma, we can avoid, coming over there if you want us
Yeah.
to, and she didn't. No, she wasn't having it.
No, because you want to see your family.
Right. What's the point? What is the point in living if you're just stuck in a cube?
No, there is literally no point. I worked from home for 3 months, and I hated every second of it.
Dude, I could only do like when I got laid off from my job after COVID started. I think I spent maybe a week or two at
Yeah,
home.
you said that last week.
And then I was just like, no, I had
Yeah.
to do something.
I mean, the thing is Texas, no restrictions. The the Rangers are saying they're planning to pack their stadium on opening day.
Nice.
Mississippi, same thing. Florida's got
Florida
minimal
didn't shut down.
restrictions.
Florida never shut down to begin with, did they?
No.
From what I hear.
No, because Governor DeSantis down there is he's not going to bend the knee, so to
Right.
speak. But
But
I,
all
I just think
they're
it's
all
hilarious.
Neanderthals.
I think it's hilarious that we're Neanderthals for wanting to live our lives. Sorry that we're not going to sit here and cower in fear of a virus that literally kills less than 4% of our age group.
Right.
So, no
Well,
thanks.
even Ben Shapiro, who is all for getting the vaccine and wearing a mask and everything, he's like, look, if you're young, you should be able to do what you're going to do because you're not likely to going to get sick and die from this.
Yeah, I mean, you might get sick, but you're not going to die from it.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said you're going to get sick and you're going to get over it and then you're going to go back to living your life.
One of my coworkers had it.
Right.
He didn't even know he had it.
Look,
Like, he felt bad for a day, and then the rest of the time he was just like, yep, this is stupid. I'm
Get this.
sitting at home for no reason.
My father-in-law, how much of his heart is working, Beth?
Beth?
How much of your dad's heart is working? 20% of his heart is working. Dude caught COVID. Now he had a rough go with it. He never had to end up in the hospital. Never on a respirator. Dude smoked like a chimney since he was probably what? Very young.
Probably like 14 or 15.
Yeah, I mean he was a pretty young guy when he started smoking, and they still beat it. Yeah, it took him like a month to probably get completely over it and feeling decent again, feeling normal.
Yeah.
But they beat it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do have a friend that I used to work with who contracted COVID. He was slightly older, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. And he recovered from COVID, but the damage that COVID did to his body, he had a massive heart attack within a month
Yeah,
of
no,
recovering.
that's one thing I've heard about, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that is happening to a lot of people
One of my customers, he's not much older than us, I don't think.
Yeah.
And he said that they diagnosed him with some sort of tachycardia, and I think he believes it's from COVID.
Yeah.
Because he caught COVID, and he says, like, ever since then, like, his heart just has been doing weird stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, that could also be attributed to age.
Well, I mean, no, I think I saw a thing where they come out and said that there are, instances where people are experiencing heart difficulties because of, COVID.
Well, I mean, there's people that have been having strokes and all kinds of stuff because of it. So, I mean,
We don't know
sad.
yet. Yeah.
It's terrible what the virus has done, but that shouldn't have stopped us from.
Because how
from
many
living
people have killed
lives.
themselves because of the seclusion?
Yeah, I mean, kids have been out of school. That was another point that Biden made in his speech, was that kids, have lost a year of their education. Yeah, because you're not following the science. The science says that children are not vectors of transmission.
Right.
So your entire plan has been ran by the teachers' unions.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about some teachers' unions.
Teachers' unions are a joke. Did
Yeah.
you see that one of the school board just completely up and quit because they were on live with the community?
Oh, yeah. I saw
And,
that. And they pretty much just basically made fun of all the parents and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yeah. You want your babysitters back. No! Uh-huh. Yep. You said that out loud.
And they said that, like, some of them just wanted to go back, be able to drop their kids off and go back home and smoke weed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Maybe it's because the parents actually want to be able to provide a life for their children.
Well, no, it was California.
That's true. That's an echo doe. I mean, it's crazy. And the thing is like the teachers unions are the ones that are really pushing back because it's not safe for the teachers.
I heard on Ben Shapiro this week that one of the teachers unions, like 90% of the union voted not to go back to work.
Yeah. Because they don't care about your children's education at all.
No, I mean, now granted, we're not talking about all teachers here.
No,
we think there are some
absolutely not.
fantastic teachers.
We had some of the best teachers in high school.
But there are some of these teachers, man, that no, they just think about themselves. They just care about themselves. And there are some of these teachers that are, posting selfies with themselves at the beach while the schools are shut down.
Yeah.
But yet, we can't go back to
No, we can't go back to
school.
that. We're still getting paid, but we're not going to teach your kids.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I think the teachers unions are a complete sham. And granted, I mean, I think teachers should be paid way more than they are because of what they do. But this year, I don't know now.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of seeing.
You're kind of seeing the true colors come out.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it's just hard for me not to just think they're just lazy.
Yeah. I mean, I think the other thing that we really wanted to talk about was the fact that Asian American hate crime is reportedly on the rise in major U.S. cities.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that I really want to point out is that these are all happening in majority Democrat areas, very liberal cities. Something like a 983% increase in New York City, where they're making sure that Asians can't participate in ride shares. There's been people in Seattle getting pushed and shoved down. And before we ever get into the, it's white supremacists doing it, I saw videos of three or four of the attacks in Seattle, and 3 out of 4 were black guys pushing them down. Like, this is not what they would have you believe as, it's white supremacy driven by Trump's rhetoric and blah, blah, blah. It's just not. The data doesn't back that up.
So a lot of this was happening from the beginning, and some of it I think was even happening in where was it? No, China. China was the opposite. China thought it was black folks that were the problem, I think.
I don't know anything about that. I never looked into it.
That was somewhere near the beginning, though.
I tend to not really go outside the borders of the United States a whole lot when it comes to what I pay attention to. So, I mean, I think that it's despicable to attack an Asian American for being Asian American and not doing anything to you. They're obviously not going to give you coronavirus just because they're Asian. Like, it's just not true. I think that people try to put two and two together and come up with Trump. And it's just not how it works. You know, we're all adults. We make our own decisions. If you're going to be of the belief that Asian Americans are to blame for coronavirus, then you probably need to do some soul searching, because that's just not true.
No.
And, you know, Trump could call it the China virus all he wants. The fact of the matter is that it originated from China. You know, it was never an ethnically targeted statement. It was, hey, I'm going to draw attention to this country because they're the ones that let this get out.
Right.
And I agree with that, you know, and Democrats hated that. I mean, honestly, you know, the same applies for me. I wish Trump would have just shut up. But,
well, you know, they were even coming out and talking about the country basically covering the whole situation up before it ever got here.
yeah,
You know, but yet it's almost like we've just brushed that. That's not conspiracy like they were.
Yeah,
it's almost
they
like
definitely were.
we've just brushed that under the rug and forgot about it and been like, oh no, you know, you guys are awesome.
right.
It's like, no, you guys screwed up,
Yep.
and you know
They should face major sanctions for this, you know, for not containing it.
I don't know if we should necessarily do sanctions, because sometimes that would hurt. That's only going to hurt the people. I don't know. I don't know how we handle that. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe they should have to pay for the vaccines. Who knows?
They're not going to pay for the vaccines. So it's just like saying, you know, we're going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. Now, granted, Trump did have a genius restructuring of NAFTA, and Mexico basically paid for the wall because of the tariffs and stuff that America gets now for having that transportation freedom. You know, Mexico wasn't going to outright pay for the wall, but we definitely got compensated for extra, so to speak.
I haven't heard about
You
that
know,
one.
as a logistics specialist, I kind of keep up to date on all those trade laws.
I got you.
But yeah, NAFTA got reworked, and Mexico pays a lot more now than they did. So that's just my take.
Speaking
on
of Mexico and the southern border, so what'd you say that the kids in cages is up to now?
it was like 3,700 additional children separated from their families.
So basically, what we're saying is this was not Trump's doing. This started under.
Whoa! Listen, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't bring that up. What are you even doing?
You are fake news.
Come on, man. It only counts if Trump is the president. They're only kids in cages if somebody that's not a Democrat is in office.
Apparently so. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is all started under Obama, didn't it?
Yeah, it definitely did. The policy of family separation started under President Barack Obama and has continued. And, you know, honestly, I don't really disagree with it, because if I had Jocelyn in the car with me and I got arrested for drunk driving, what are they going to do? They're going to separate me from my child.
Yeah. Well, and I think, to me, too, part of the benefit to separating the kids from, air quote, their parents or their family, well, how many kids are getting trafficked across that border?
A lot.
How many of those kids are... It's not their parents with them. It's a trafficker.
Yeah. It's documented that that's been happening. You know, these kids do not belong to this person. And I just think that it's crazy. But yeah, definitely.
No, you know what's crazy?
Definitely not kids in cages anymore, because President Biden is in power. It was only kids in cages when it was Donald Trump.
So much unity.
I mean, come on.
You know what's crazy is that lady that was actually thought when Trump said that coyote, and it's not coyotes, they're like I guess pronounced like coyotes. Coyotes, you know, it's got like a dialect to it.
It's people that bring other people across the border.
And this lady actually thought Trump meant actual coyotes.
Oh, coyotes can't carry that many people on their back.
And that's what she was saying. She was like, "And do y'all actually think coyote is bringing kids across the border?" It's like, lady, it's not real coyotes.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but this qualifies as just pure stupidity, and that's what America has become.
It is. Oh, I thought it was satire when I first saw it,
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
well,
You know what really grinds my gears?
what really grinds my gears is websites that put stories out there, and you can't tell whether or not.
And you have to go into their like About Us to figure
Yeah.
out that they're a satire website.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I don't know. I don't understand how you can make the case that they're kids in cages now, or not kids in cages now, but were when Donald Trump was president. And they actually built more cages for these kids with shipping containers.
Ugh,
Like, bro, come on now.
that's a little weird.
Come on, man.
But
I think we need to mention that there's
You know the thing.
the Libertarian Convention,
yeah,
right?
yeah, there you go.
So that's what, March 19th through the 21st? That's
Next weekend, man. Next weekend, next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No, yes, next
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep. It's
And it kind of caught up on us. It come up on us quick.
yeah, it did.
So
It did for
we're
sure.
I guess we're planning on going, aren't we, to the Saturday?
I mean,
evening?
I'm planning on it.
I'm planning on it.
So, which, I mean, if we go to the convention, there's not going to be an episode next week.
Right. Unless we can find some way to like go live on Facebook or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, we probably could do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. At least for a few minutes.
Yeah. I mean that would be about the extent of what we would be able to do, unless we wanted to record on Friday night, because we were planning on going on Saturday.
Yeah, that's true.
So we could probably do that,
Maybe.
because otherwise we're going to end up with another 2-hour long show
Yeah.
trying to catch up on everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's that, and I think that's all I've got this week.
That's all I've got. Show is a little bit shorter this week. We've had some things happen this week, but not. I would say not too much scandal that wasn't already known.
Yeah, it's not really. Oh, we didn't talk about Cuomo.
Oh yeah, we did a little bit, but we touched it.
But not really.
I mean, basically, I think the dude's a pedophile, or he's a pervert. I think he's at least
I don't
a
think
pervert.
he's a pedophile, because it was all legal aged women. But the fact that he's calling women into his office and touching their faces and making inappropriate sexual advances.
Did you see that video of him sitting like in that big building at the beginning of the whole coronavirus thing, where they were like going to keep people, and you can see the nipple piercing sticking through his shirt?
I did not see that.
You didn't see that?
That's hilarious.
You
though.
could definitely see that he had nipple piercing. So like that was like the first red flag for me. So now that this stuff's coming out, not a surprise at all to me.
Well, so the funniest part of this whole thing for me is that he was being paraded as one of the best governors in the nation because of the fact that
they gave him a freaking Emmy.
Yeah,
for his acting, I guess, or his whatever
appearances with his brother,
like on the news.
CNN.
Yeah, like who gets an Emmy for showing up on the news?
Oh my God, it's just the hypocrisy of the left.
Well, I think it was a lot of virtue
hilarious.
signaling, is what it was about.
It really was. The fact of the matter is that he should have been impeached for botching the COVID response, not for his sexual advancements on legal women. Like the fact that the majority of elderly deaths that happened in this country happened in his state, and then he willfully and knowingly covered it up, is enough to be like, hey, dude, you gotta go. Like, I don't, nope.
He said he's refusing to step down, though.
Yeah, he's
I heard.
refusing to resign, but really, I mean, they're going after him for the wrong thing. They need to go after him for endangering his elderly population.
Yeah, but see, when they do that, though, then they pretty much, I think they all get put on the chopping block for that, because they were all right there with him.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, man. That's the other thing about cancel culture. Like, eventually, it ends up coming full circle, and you
Oh
eat
yeah.
your own.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't agree with Piers Morgan, but it goes back to the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry thing.
Yeah.
He literally stepped down from his show because, you know, he came out and said, well, I don't believe a word she says.
Right.
And he got massive amounts of hate for it. He actually walked off the set because of the argument that he was having with somebody in the studio. Like, he was like, I'm not doing this anymore, and he got up and walked out. Now, Piers Morgan is not a conservative figure at all.
No.
He is definitely a liberal. He is definitely of the left. But even he understands that this is not good, you know, and I think the whole Meghan Markle thing right now, you know, she's attention grabbing. That's all it is.
I think so. And she's trying to say that she was oppressed. Well, like, chick, you were literally a princess.
Yeah, you literally have a title. You're literally part of the royal family in England.
I mean, of course, like, you're not being oppressed. That is the tradition. Like, the women, not the lesser women. Notice the women still have a voice. The queen is the queen, and she has all kinds of a voice.
Yeah.
You are not the queen, lady.
I mean, the queen is literally just a piece of history now.
I mean,
You know,
yeah,
the
but I'm
British
saying, like,
monarchy-
people will listen to her, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, they'll listen to her, but the British monarchy literally has no power in England. It's
I'm not talking
literally
about necessarily
there-
politically. I'm just saying, in general, people listen to her.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, you know, the monarchy is a relic that is just there to serve as a historical lesson to the British people.
Right.
And that's what they should be.
Right.
But to come out and say, you know, they were racist and blah, 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 they were concerned with how dark the skin of our first child was going to be and blah, 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 and poor me, I have all this money and I don't know what to do with it. And
Is
Prince
literally-
Harry literally just sitting there and agreeing with her?
Literally, this is the definition of privilege. You want to talk about privilege? This chick is the definition of privilege. The fact that she can go on TV and complain to Oprah about her problems is the definition of privilege.
Yeah.
People want to, yak about privilege. This is the definition of privilege.
Wait. Is she white?
I don't think she's white.
No, she's not. She's not white.
No.
So
So the fact that you're even being able to
there's-
voice your opinion.
There's privilege here.
Yeah.
But it ain't white.
But, well, I mean, I'm saying the fact that she's not white and the fact that she can voice her opinion over the television shows that the whole white privilege thing is just a big bust.
I mean, it's always been a big bust. You know, and it goes back to what I've always said, you know, the fact that the content of your character matters a lot more to most people than the color of your skin.
Right.
You know, if you're going to go around acting like an idiot or like a fool and do things that are not good for your family or not take care of your kids, that's not because of white privilege. That's
Right.
because you're a garbage human being.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to base my opinion of you on.
Exactly.
Not the color of your skin. You know, and then the fact that they wouldn't even name names. You know, like, well, who was doing this? I don't know. It was literally a farce, the whole thing. And it was pathetic.
Yeah. I think
It's completely pathetic. Like, you live a life of luxury. You were a B-rate actress on Suits, a USA Network show. Like, I didn't even know who Meghan Markle was until she met Harry.
I didn't either.
Like, okay, cool. Why do I care? I will give you a hint. I do not.
Well, I think they kind of made her out to be like some little hometown girl, from America, and that she was a nobody. But no, you don't get into the royal family by being a nobody. You just don't.
She tried to say that she didn't even know who Prince Harry was. I don't know if you know this, but Prince Harry is the son of Princess Diana, who is probably the most knowable of the British monarchy in our lifetime.
And literally, like, everything the dude did was on the news. Like, even him going into the military was on the news.
Yeah.
Everything.
There's no way you didn't know who he was.
Especially being an actress.
Yeah. So, I mean, I agree with Piers Morgan. I don't believe a word that comes out of her mouth.
No, I think it's all crap.
I think it's all for career advancement, and that's it. It's going to be what it's going to be. But the fact that she wants to come to America to get away from the British monarchy's racism. Wait, hold on.
Wait, I thought America
Hold on,
was
I
like
thought
the
America
most
was
racist
systemically
country.
racist.
Yeah,
So why would you come here if you're concerned with racism?
right. So I thought the I thought the UK was more woke than us.
Whoops.
Because they have socialized healthcare.
Socialized healthcare is a joke.
No, I know. I'm saying like they're more woke than us though. They have socialized healthcare.
I know.
healthcare.
Well, Canada does too, but it doesn't stop people with cancer from coming across the border into Buffalo because they can't get cancer treatment in Canada.
But like that's what I'm saying. Why come to America? Why not go to all these other woke countries that are going to be better for you?
And also, I'm not just saying that. Like, my boss is from Buffalo, New York. Like, he knows that people come here to get cancer treatment because they can't get it in Canada.
Right.
Because government intervention is not the answer.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Unless we're being attacked.
And even then, it's still really on us to defend ourselves.
Well, yeah.
Mostly.
I mean, as sovereign adults, yes.
Yes.
But, I said I didn't have anything else to talk about, and then we got back on the Cuomo and...
That's all right. It's
and
kind of
Meghan
put us
Markle
up towards that hour mark now.
So,
Let's mention the
Go, you know the thing.
yeah, the thing.
what thing?
The convention next weekend.
We already did that.
I know. I'm saying
We're going to
let's-
reiterate.
Yeah, reiterates for people to leave them on something that is important.
Yeah, and it is important. The Saturday meetings are the business meetings where you're going to vote for your chairs and all of that good stuff. And Spike Cohen's going to make an appearance, so kind of excited for that one.
So it's Friday starting at what time? It's like
I think
6.
it's 5 or 6.
Yeah, and it goes till Sunday at like 2, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I think there's like a pub crawl Friday. Not down for that. I'm probably gonna be sleeping. And
I will most definitely be sleeping.
And Saturday buffet. There's gonna be a buffet.
I thought that was Friday.
No, Saturday.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, those Fridays just I think like hors d'oeuvres and like then a pub crawl,
Hors d'oeuvres.
something like that. Yeah.
It's like a meet and greet.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good time, and it's good to mingle with like-minded individuals.
Hopefully I can breathe better by then
Yeah, you'll be able to do it by then.
instead of talking like straight out my mouth and
Yeah, you're struggling right now.
Yeah.
I can feel it. So I'm pretty confident that that's a good way to end the show, and we hope to see you all at the Alabama Libertarian Convention.
And yeah, we won't see you guys next week unless we film one on Friday. So if we don't see you on Friday,
Yeah,
we'll
if we
see
don't
you.
record on Friday, we will see you on Facebook Live on Saturday.
Yep, and then we'll record another episode the next Saturday.
Oh wait, it's supposed to be Third Party Sunday.
So we may
We're gonna have to record Friday night.
Yep, probably.
Yep.
So
Can't bail on Third Party Sunday. It'll be the first in the installment of Third Party Sunday, where we're going to dissect one particular aspect of the libertarian platform, whether it be...
if you guys want to put in the comment section anywhere what you would like to have dissected.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pick the most commonly asked one, and we'll go into detail
Take
on
it
it
apart.
and see what we got. You're yawning over there, so we're going to call it.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, well, until next
We'll
time,
see you
fellas.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Tally ho.
Tally ho, guys.